So in this video, we are going to learn how to create MailChimp subscriber on MyPipeline form submission. Let's say you have created a landing page using MyPipeline in which you have also added a form. Now you want that whenever a user is going to enter their details in the form and make the submission, you want to add that same person as a subscriber in MailChimp. So let me tell you, you can actually automate this process. So in this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new form submission in MyPipeline, automatically with the same details, we are going to add that person as a subscriber in MailChimp. So if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as My Pipeline to MailChimp. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. So the idea here is, first we are going to connect our MyPipeline account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, so that every time we receive a new form submission in MyPipeline, automatically the details of that form submission will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger. Let's say for example, you have created a landing page using MyPipeline, and in this landing page you have added a form over here which you have created. Now you want that whenever a user is going to enter their details and submits the form, you want to automatically add that same person as a subscriber, as a member in your MailChimp account. So for that, we are going to connect our MyPipeline account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window. And using this Pabbly Connect's automation, we are going to add that person who made the form submission with the same details as a member in MailChimp. So let's see how it is done. Starting from our trigger window, in Choose App, search for MyPipeline over here. Just select it. After selecting MyPipeline, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as Form Submitted. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, you can connect your MyPipeline account with Pabbly Connect and capture the form responses over here. And to add this webhook URL into our MyPipeline account, we just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL and then go to your MyPipeline account. After coming to the MyPipeline account, from the left sidebar, go to Automations, and then just click on this Create Workflow button. After clicking on Create Workflow, here you can see different options of template workflows. Just click on this Start from Scratch, go to Continue. And after clicking on Continue, just click on this Add New Trigger over here. After clicking on it, on the right side here you can see a list of different trigger options given by MyPipeline. Here we have to select Forms over here. Select Form Submitted as the trigger, because we want that whenever we receive a new form submission in MyPipeline, we want to send the responses of that form submission to Pabbly Connect. So we have selected Form Submitted as the trigger event. After selecting this, you can just give this trigger a name. For example, I'll name it as Pabbly Connect. After naming it, if you want to send the details, the responses of each and every form submission from MyPipeline to Pabbly Connect, and using this automation you want to add every person in MailChimp, then you can just click on this Save Trigger button. But if you have created multiple forms in your MyPipeline account and you want to send the responses of any particular form from MyPipeline to Pabbly Connect, in that case, just go to this Add Filter section. After clicking on it in Filters from the drop-down, select Form Is, and after selecting it, on the right side here you can see in this drop-down, you will see a list of all the forms which you have created in your MyPipeline account. You can just select a particular form whose responses you want to send to Pabbly Connect. So using this Pabbly Connect automation which we are going to create, let's say for example, I only want to add the users who are making the submission in this registration form. If I have the other form in MyPipeline account, the responses of that form, I don't want to add those people in MailChimp. So in this way, you can basically add a filter and only send the responses of any particular form from my pipeline to Pabbly Connect. But right now, I'm setting up this automation for each and every form present in my pipeline account. After selecting this, just click on this Save Trigger button. After saving this trigger, let's come to this action step. Just click here, and on the right side, just search for webhook. Click on webhook. After clicking on webhook, it is asking us action name. So you can basically give any name of your choice. The method will be post over here. So in the drop down, we have two different methods, post and get. So we are going to use post method. And here in this URL field, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL given by Pabbly Connect. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. And after pasting this webhook URL, just click on Save Action. Now we have successfully configured the trigger and action for this automation in our My Pipeline account. Now using this automation in our My Pipeline account, whenever we are going to receive a new form submission, automatically the responses of that form submission will be sent to this webhook URL, means to Pabbly Connect. Now after setting this up, just turn this button of draft to right side to publish and then click on save. And as we click on save, we have successfully connected our My Pipeline account with Pabbly Connect. Now, as I told you, whenever we are going to receive a new form submission, the same form responses will be captured inside Pabbly Connect's trigger window over here. And here in this trigger window, you can see it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some form responses, some form submission data from my pipeline. So let's do it. I have created this landing page where we have added this particular form. So let's make a test form submission over here. Let's say the name of the person is demo user. This is the email address. And this is a test mobile number which we are going to use. Let's click on submit. So just now we have received a new form submission in our My Pipeline account. And as we receive this form submission, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow within few seconds, we have received the response. And in this response, you will see the details of the exact same person. Here in this response, you can see the phone number, the same phone number which we have just now entered with the country code. After this, we'll scroll down. Here you can see the location of the person. You can see the last name of the person which they have entered. We have the full name, we have the first name, email address, and we also have the date and time, that at what date and time we have received this form submission from my pipeline. Also, you can see the contact source. So we have the name of the form, that in which particular form in our My Pipeline account we have received this form response. So here guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our My Pipeline account with Pabbly Connect in this trigger window and captured the form responses. Now after this, let's move to step 2. In step 2, what we want to do, we want to send the same details of form response to MailChimp, and we are going to add that person as a member, as a subscriber in our MailChimp account. For that, we will just scroll down, come to this action window, and here in Choose App, search for MailChimp. Just select it. After selecting MailChimp, an action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Add New Member with Custom Fields. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our MailChimp account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API token and the data center ID of our MailChimp account. Now you must be thinking how you can get this API key, API token and the data center name or data center ID. So to get it, just go to your MailChimp account and on the right top corner, just click on this profile option and go to profiles over here. After coming to the profile page, just select this option of extras and from the drop down, click on API keys. After clicking on API keys, here you can see a list of all the API keys which we have created in our MailChimp account. Just scroll down guys and here you can see all of them. Click on this create a key button and then now you can start creating your new API key in MailChimp. Just give this API key a name. For example, I'll name it as Pabbly Connect and click on generate key. Now, as we click on generate key, here you can see a API key is generated in our MailChimp account. Just copy this API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. After pasting the API key, the API token, here it is asking us the data center. Now the data center will be mentioned in the domain of your MailChimp account. So let's access the MailChimp account. Let's go to our MailChimp account. And here in the URL section, you can see the data center name, data center ID of your MailChimp account. So US6 is my data center. So just copy the same name and paste it over here. And then after entering the API token and data center, just click on save. Now when we click on save, we will see our MailChimp account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is to choose the audience list. So here in this dropdown, you will get all the audience list which you have created in your MailChimp account. Right now in my MailChimp account, I have created only one audience list named as Pabbly Connect. So I've selected that over here. After this, it is asking us for the email address. That what is the email address of this new subscriber which we are creating in MailChimp. So we have received the email address of this new subscriber which we want to add from my pipeline responses. So here we have received the response of email address as well. Now what we have to do, we have to map this response of email from this trigger response to this action step of MailChimp in this email address field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from my pipeline of a new form submission. Out of all of these responses, select this response of email and it will be mapped. So whatever email address the user is going to enter while making the form submission on our landing page or on our My Pipeline form, automatically the same email address will be received inside Pabbly Connect and we are going to add that person as a subscriber in MailChimp with the same email address. Then it is asking us for the tags. So if you want, you can add tags to this new subscriber which we are creating in MailChimp as well. And you can also add multiple tags to the same subscriber as well. So you just have to enter comma between two tags and you can add multiple tags over here. But right now the field of tags is not mandatory, so I can just ignore this field for now. But if you want, you can enter the tag as well. Then it is asking us select the status of the subscriber. And in the drop down, you can see 5 different options for status of the subscriber: subscribed, unsubscribed, cleaned, pending, and transactional. So because I want the status of this new member, this new subscriber which we are adding as subscribed, so I will be selecting that over here. Then it is asking us interest groups. So here it is most likely possible that you might have created different interest or groups in your MailChimp account. So if you want to add this subscriber to any particular interest or group in MailChimp, you just have to enter that group ID over here. But this field is also not mandatory, not required, so you can ignore it too. Then it is asking us first name, last name, and mobile number. So we have received all of these details like first name, last name, and mobile number of the user who made the form submission from my pipeline. So one by one, we are going to map these details as well into their respective fields. Let's start with first name. Click here from the drop down, select the response of first name and it will be mapped. Then after that in last name, just click here from the drop down, select and map the response of last name and at last map the response of phone number. After mapping all the details, just click on save and send test request. And when we click on save and send test request, you will see we have received some response over here. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details which we have mapped over here, basically the details which we have received from form submission in our My Pipeline form, automatically with the same details, this person is now added as a subscriber in MailChimp. So let's check it. We will go to a MailChimp account. We will just go to this all contact section. And yes, here you can see that demo user, the same person, the same user who has made the form submission on our My Pipeline form, with the same details, that person, that user is added as a subscriber in MailChimp. So here you can see the same name, the same email address, and also you can see the same mobile number over here. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new form submission in My Pipeline, automatically with the same details, that user will be added as a subscriber in MailChimp. Now here guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. Once again, I'll just go to my landing page which I have created using My Pipeline and we are going to make another form submission. Just click on this register over here and here we have the form. This time the name of the person is test user. This is the email address. And this is another dummy mobile number which we are going to enter. Click on submit. So as we click on submit, you will see we will be receiving a new form submission, a new form response in my pipeline. And as we receive this form response, automatically with the same details, that person will be added as a contact in MailChimp. So let's go to our MailChimp account and go to all contacts once again. And yes, here you can see that instantly within few seconds, the same person is now added as a contact, as a subscriber over here. You can see the same name, test user, the same email address, and also the same mobile number over here. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, we have tested this automation and it is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.